were here earlier, this one's going to be a little bit different from my earlier presentation. It's going to be a lot lighter. It's easy to be fun in Zumba. It's on Zumba exercise adherence. It's a qualitative study again. So essentially with rising obesity rates in the country, there's a lot of concern about adherence to exercise. So shake away your worry and your weight. Being able to lose pounds, but also psychological benefits, no worry. And shake it because that's very much associated with this type of activity, Zumba. Let me explain, what is Zumba? It's like dance aerobics, if any of you are familiar with that. It's a group exercise class, and you are in lines with an instructor at the front of the classroom. There's the difference between dance aerobics and Latin dance aerobics, or Zumba, is that in Zumba they use Latin music, whereas in a regular Zumba class it's mostly the latest pop tune set to a certain beat. So there's a variety of rhythms. It's not the 16 count, it's not the 32 count beat. It switches up with the music. You have all different rhythms, all different beats. And another unique factor is there's nonverbal cueing. So in dance aerobics, you have the instructor maybe count out or tell you what's coming up next. Whereas in Latin dance aerobics, the cueing is one, we wouldn't say it, we just go, and different signals like that. They don't even explain what it is. You're expected to follow. So it's very free-flowing. As long as you're moving, as long as you're shaking, you're good to go. It emerged from dance aerobics by accident. Alberto Perez from Colombia, the legend has it that he was teaching a dance aerobics class. But he forgot his dance aerobics tapes in his car, or he forgot it for the class, so he ran out to his car. He was like, all right, what am I going to do? I got to teach this class. I don't have my music. So he got the music that was in his car, which was Latin music. He's in Colombia. He brought that in, he winged the class, and it was the most popular one there. There was a demand for it to come back. So he continued it. He went to, that was in the 1990s. He moved to Miami in 1999 and brought it there. Very successful. In 2001, he incorporated it as a company, Zumba, and it's been spreading across the nation since then. It is the most popular group exercise class currently and continues to grow. That's why I was interested in studying this particular phenomenon. What is it about this class? What are the experiences of the people who choose to regularly attend Zumba classes? And it was limited to the Niceville YMCA, Niceville, Florida. That's 2.5 hours west of here in your distance. So looking at this select group of people, what can we find out by looking at these people about this experience? It was a heuristic study, which is a subset of phenomenological, so I participated in the classes as well in order to gain a greater understanding of the actual experience. So I looked at emerging themes and also the essences of the experience. The essences are the smallest meaningful units of what they experienced. So I had criterion. They had to be part of the exercise class consistently for at least 3 months. That's how I was tying in the exercise adherence. It's not very often that you get people who are consistent to an exercise class for an extended period of time. And that was my criterion, but interestingly, everyone that I interviewed has adhered for actually closer to a year at the time I interviewed them. And returning to the class, they were still there a year later. So that kind of consistency with any type of exercise regimen is pretty incredible. And so what is it, and why this class? And they had not adhered to other exercise regimens, only this particular class. I wanted to look at maximum variation ethnicity because it's a Latin dance aerobics class. It's Latin music. So maybe does it appeal more to Latin people, to people who might be more used to that music, or maybe that appeals to them more? What I found, I interviewed Filipino, Caucasian, African American, part Mexican, Brazilian. What I found is there really were no unique differences among the different groups. So it appears to appeal to all different ethnicities, but I thought that was important to look at. These are the people that I interviewed in depth, a variety of professional areas that they worked in. They were all female except for my non-example, but it does appeal across the range, and Beto, Alberto Perez, who started it, was male as well. So group exercise classes tend to appeal to more females in general, but there is a male component group. And a range of ages as well. They were semi-structured 1-hour interviews. I recorded them and I transcribed them verbatim and went back through and listened to the recordings as well to make sure that I was getting the right ideas from what they were saying. Did heuristic observations, which means I was actually there, recorded observations directly after the class, videotaped a few of them, and also talked to a critical friend who's taking the class and said, is this what you observed? Is this the experience you had? And bouncing off ideas, making sure that what I was seeing was not biased by my participation. And I had non-examples. I went to a Zumba class by the same instructor at another location, Zumba class by a different instructor at a different location, and a different class by the same instructor at the same location. So just these varied places so I could say, okay, is that really, really unique to this class, or am I seeing it in other areas? What gets some ideas of the differences and similarities. And then I coded the data inductively, which means it was from the data of the games. So that's what I came up with. Essentially, the main organizers here are what you might expect for a group exercise class. There's the people, the format of the class, the benefits that come out of it. And then for this class, there's something above and beyond, something special about it. And that I decided to go with party, because their theme is ditch the workout, join the party. So party really seemed to emerge from the data as a legitimate part of this class. And that was broken down into challenge and fun for that one. What you might expect from the benefits, psychological, physiological, social benefits, those were all present in this as a workout regimen. The format here was unique. As I said, the particular format of having the nonverbal cueing, the different beats and variety. They specifically mentioned that. Upbeat variety, they liked the music. The workout had nonverbal flow with no break. That seemed to be something they really liked. Interestingly, I think, is this opportunity, this solo opportunity here for dance. You don't often get that in an exercise class. Some of these people were going there because they wanted to dance. It was an opportunity for them to dance. Maybe they were too old to go to a club. Maybe their husbands didn't dance with them, whatever. It was a place where they could do that. And also I thought interestingly was femininity. They were going to a gym to work out and feel feminine, sensual, or whatever during the workout. Normally you hear that after you're done. You know, you go to the gym and work out so when you leave the gym, you can start to feel better about your self-image or how you feel, your appearance. These women were feeling it during the workout. And so that was unusual, and I thought there was something effective about this program. And of course, you have to pair that with the instructor, and a good animated instructor seems to know what she's doing, can get everybody involved, and probably as a result, but I don't know, also participants are able to interact. So if we look at this, even though I broke it in these categories, there's some overlapping. The personal music allowed the instructor to really get into it and be very animated because the music meant a lot to her. It was fun, and so she was able to get into it and show the animation. She was also able to smile more, interact more, have more vocalizations because it flowed with no break and she could do the nonverbal cueing. So it wasn't so structured, so more of her personality could come out. Because the participants created a safe, non-judgmental environment, they were allowed, where they were allowed to let loose. They were able to let loose. And then the last one here was challenge, that led to a sense of accomplishment, or those sorts of things I was able to pick up that from what they said. So let's just look at a few of the quotes to get a better idea. This here is the organizer, the theme, and then the essence here. And they said it's high intensity, high powered, high energy. I feel good. I feel sexy. I can do those Latin moves and feel cool when I dance. I actually see my stomach muscles. My legs look toner. I like to, and then I feel better. I feel pacified. So that letting loose part. This, by the way, is the actual instructor in the class that I went to. If I'm going to do fitness and work out, then I just really want to do something I enjoy and make people enjoy, make people smile. I just want to be happy. Life is short. So you can really get this party idea. I like to dance. In my country, I used to win, but my husband now, he can't dance. He don't know how to dance. So I like to come here and dance. So this is the solo opportunity that I was talking about. So here, and I know there's too much up here to read, but I needed to crop it from my poster. The poster's in the room next door if you want to read more of these quotes. What I wanted to show here is this is the format here, the workout, the music, and the dance opportunity. That paired with an animated instructor who seems to care and know about what she's doing, and the vocal members and the way they interact, that seems to kind of lead or be part of this big party atmosphere, which is somehow, it seemed to come out as above and beyond the rest. This atmosphere or spirit about it. Now here I have health benefits in the middle due to this quote and this similar idea that came out. All the fitness things you get that are your added bonus or dessert or whatever. So it's like the workout was why they were going, the fun, the dance, the animation, the interaction, letting loose, that's why they were there. And then, on the side, we get all those benefits that we normally go to the gym for. We get all the psychological, social, physiological, all that, the weight, losing weight, all that stuff. Yeah, that's there, but hey, kind of forget about that. This is just so much fun. And the hour's over before we know it. If we look at, just to look at instructor plus Zumba, a good match, looking at some of the different elements. At a different class, she said, I didn't like another class taught by Gloria. It's very slow, boring. Gloria was the instructor of the nice little class. There's not excitement or fun. Gloria was not like she was a party either. Her demeanor was different. So it wasn't just this particular instructor, it was this instructor with Zumba. A different instructor for Zumba. If it's the substitute instructor, I don't feel as excited as with Gloria, not as motivated. See, if I work all day and I know the substitute is going to teach, then I just go home. Whoops, no exercise adherence. When we have an instructor who doesn't quite fit with Zumba. So we need these elements together. Looking at how credible it was, here I have the data. Interview, observation, member checking, negative case. This is all about how I came up with an animated instructor example. She motivates the dancing with you, come on girls, doing great. It was all in the interview. Also saw that in the observation. There was a negative case when the substitute was there and she didn't do that. And then member checking was when I took the rough draft of the notes and said, hey, I observed this to the critical friend. She said, yeah, I did too. Same thing. So it's the hottest new trend. There's more and more going. There's more and more people sticking to it. It seems to be a winning formula. It works as a whole. The instructor autonomy, meaning that this free format, the instructor can do a lot with it. This party atmosphere, variety, nonverbal cueing, sensual yet challenging, that femininity part, all paired with the animated instructor with an animated and able instructor. All that together seems to work real well. So it works. The question is from here, where to go with this research from here is what elements of this recipe, this formula can be applied to other exercise settings, club programs, group classes, individual plans. How can we take this? What elements of it really work? Where can you apply it elsewhere? I think that's where we can go, maybe by looking at other hot trends in exercise, maybe by taking out parts and applying it, or I don't know, any variety of ways. But that's where to take this. But we do know that these are the elements or themes, essences that are associated with this particular exercise program. Any questions?
Where can we take classes?
They actually do offer some here at FSU, but that was actually one of the classes I took at a different location, and it did not have all of the elements that were in this particular class. So it might not be the best place. Yeah.
Are most people that participate female or males, or is it divided?
In the particular class that I looked at, it was mostly females. I can't speak for outside that area. The instructor that I interviewed said that the workshops that she goes to, like Zumba conferences for instructor training, is actually majority of them male. So I don't know if that's because there's more men who want to lead it, or if that's reflective of across the country. I don't know.
Did you find out what's the main motivation that brings people, like being with their friends or learning a new skill or just having fun? Did you find what brings people? Or?
All of these elements attracted people there because that is what I was asking you. What brings you here to Zumba? What keeps you here? All those kind of questions. And really, probably the one that stood out the most was the animated instructor. And I think that's why I focus more on the instructor with this format, because I think that it's more the match. So I'd say that was the most frequently observed. but it wasn't that alone. You had to have that with the other components. Yes.
As a Division I university athlete, does it meet your needs for exercise?
Not for my particular training as an athlete, but since I am not a Division I athlete anymore, former athlete, and my goals have changed to losing weight and having fun, yes, it does. I might supplement that with other training if I, was trying to achieve a goal, but with my goal just being to lose weight and have fun and be in that environment, yes.
Any other question?
You're going to have a demonstration?
I'm very disappointed. I should have, right? God, I think so. No music, in fact, no music.
We can arrange for the music.